Heavenly tribulation crashed over Bachin domain as someone dared to ascend, turning the sky into a lethal arena. Subai confidently braced for the final lightning bolt, knowing one more zap would shove him into the immortal realm. Below, a woman formed hand seals to assist, since failure would reduce the grand ascension ceremony to ashes. At the critical second, he sensed killing intent. Someone wanted his ticket to immortality shredded. He dodged in time but was blasted away, the strike perfectly timed for his weakest moment. The woman advanced with sword in hand, clearly aiming to finish him mid-tribulation. Lin Wenyu knelt to confess her premeditated betrayal, leaving no room for regret. Subai erupted in fury at being stabbed in the back during life or death, ready to kill to keep his fate. He prepared to counterattack, knowing a heartbeat's delay meant dying by his own disciple's hand. Another figure lunged in, proving this conspiracy had a full guest list. A piercing blow gravely wounded him, the newcomer targeting a fatal spot with precision. The traitor played righteous while plotting murder, keeping a respectful disciple mask on. Subai realized more disciples had turned, old trust now sharpened into blades. He angrily demanded why he'd never wronged them, yet here he was on death row. He mocked them to all come out, certain the plot ran deeper than a few cowards. Though he unleashed a power surge, he was overwhelmed by layers of preset killing moves. A phantom bronze coin descended, sealing off every escape route. Crushing pressure drove him to despair, each strike severing his chance to resist. Another familiar face appeared. Apparently the whole inner circle joined the mutiny. He noticed a few absences, meaning the scheme was even nastier than it looked. A disciple coldly pronounced his death sentence, no appeals allowed. Twisted accusations boxed him in, neatly justifying his execution. Subai burst into manic laughter, realizing explanations were now pointless. He sneered the charges were pre-written, and his death was just the final checkbox. Cornered, he burned his lifespan, gambling everything for one last counterstrike. Determined to die fighting, he vowed to drag them all to the grave. His Dharma manifestation emerged as he traded everything for a final annihilating blow. The disciples panicked, realizing he planned to self-detonate. No one would outrun that. Chaos spread. Their script hadn't included him going full suicide bomber. They tried to stop him but failed, too late to halt a man set on dying. The explosion obliterated the planet, his self-destruction far exceeding expectations. After it all, he awoke in a strange space, so death wasn't the finale. Alive yet elsewhere, he had to reassess his bizarre new circumstances. Hearing cries for help, he observed carefully to gauge how deadly this world was. Fleeing crowds and hopping zombies screamed apocalypse, order officially cancelled. He quickly grasped that survival now trumped everything else. Still, the sting of betrayal lingered, an unresolved knot in his heart. He crushed the emotions down, knowing weakness meant dying twice. He resolved to cultivate again, for only strength would buy revenge and a return ticket. Subai began cultivating immediately. Here, hesitation equaled death. He was confident in a speedy rebuild, his immortal realm soul strong enough for a comeback tour. But the strange body made him pause. Something felt seriously off. He sensed no spiritual energy, as if this body or world had unplugged cultivation entirely. After repeated attempts, he realized the issue wasn't the body but the environment. He concluded this world lacked spiritual, utterly undetectable even with his immortal soul. That spelled near certain doom. Without cultivation, survival was a fantasy. In another room, a terrified couple panicked as the zombie apocalypse closed in. They barricaded the door, hoping wood and optimism could buy time. The woman trembled in sheer terror, having barely escaped death moments earlier. The man's true colors showed. Apparently even doomsday is a business opportunity. He sneered at the homeowner, convinced no one here could stop his sleazy plans. He ignored the bite mark, clueless it was a VIP ticket to mutation hell. Mid-act, he froze as his body began glitching in all the wrong ways. His twisted face tipped the girl off. Yep, humanity had officially logged out. He turned zombie and lunged, appetite overriding whatever brain cells remained. She fought back in despair, knowing one slow move meant instant disassembly. Her scream ripped through the air. Death was basically knocking. Subai heard the chaos. Subtlety clearly wasn't on the menu. Body memories clicked. These two had betrayed the previous owner. Watching the gore, Subai saw irony. Had been backstabbed the same way. The girl begged for help. He was her last save point. She screamed again as the zombie closed in, resistance nearly zero. Subai watched coldly. Traders didn't earn rescue coupons. She cursed in despair, certain this was her final chapter. Subai shut the door. Consider it betrayal tax. He calculated quickly. Without cultivation, he'd soon share their fate. He entered his sea of consciousness, hunting for any survival cheat code. His body's pitiful cultivation meant mightier magic treasures were out of reach. He gambled anyway. Hesitation here was just expedited death. He drew a magic treasure, but its low grade nearly crushed his hopes. Annoyed at the trashier loot, he realized luck wasn't on his side. A system activated with the treasure, unlocking a brand new survival path. He doubted it. The 10,000 souls banner sounded like weak evil DA core, but its soul-absorbing, spirit-converting ability turned out to be the ultimate workaround. He instantly got its souls could be refined into spiritual power for cultivation. Seeing zombies everywhere, he saw walking resource packs. Knocking thundered at his door. Danger had RSV'd itself. He opened without hesitation. Time to potatus his new strategy. The two had zombified and charged instincts set to kill all living things. Even with pierced hearts, they stood. Zombies don't follow human patch notes. Annoyed, Subai drew the 10,000 souls banner to end this and verify its power. He stabbed into a zombie's mouth. Internal demolition works best. He mocked them angrily. Even weakened, he wasn't easy prey. When the zombie rose again, he switched to a secret technique. Basic attacks weren't cutting it. The 10,000 souls banner activated, devouring souls to flip the script. The souls converted into spiritual power since this world had zero spiritual quai. Feeling spiritual power return, he thrilled. Cultivation was back online. He broke through to the Kisi realm, escaping his fragile newbie state. He headed out for supplies. Cultivation's great, but so is not starving. Outside was chaos as zombies hunted humans, exposing survival's ugly side. A fat woman shoved someone as bait, trading another's life for her own. Seeing the victim's face, he froze. It was Lin Wenyu again. He decided to act. If anyone killed her, it would be him. He used the 10,000 Souls banner to blast zombies away, rescuing her for questioning. Lin Wanyu was stunned to survive. Apparently miracles still existed. Subai interrogated her coldly, betrayal memories blocking any trust. Her confusion seemed genuine, making him suspect something was off. He aimed the 10,000 Souls banner at her, forcing truth over innocence. He guessed Shed lost, her memory signs matched, behavior didn't. Hunger dragged him back to reality, survival first, revenge later. He agreed to team up for supplies while quietly checking if Lin Wanyu was Oscar-worthy. Grudges intact, he kept watching her past betrayal doesn't come with an eraser. They headed to a supermarket, the closest thing to a long-term survival vault. He confirmed his name just to gauge her reaction, keeping his guard up. They entered hoping to secure shelter before things got uglier. Inside was a massacre. The supermarket had long since become zombie HQ. Lin Wanyu panicked. Cannibal horror wasn't in her life experience. A mutated zombie appeared, clearly the local overlord. Subai sized up its level instantly. Immortal realm instincts die hard. She wanted to retreat due to the power gap. He saw bonus EXP. He chose to hunt it. Upgrading the 10,000 Souls banner required this kill. He summoned 2 controlled zombies to test drive a new tactic. Regular zombies fell fast under his control. They hit harder. The mutated zombie fought back fiercely. It wasn't boss tier for nothing. He adjusted strategy at once. Dragging this out meant spiritual power bankruptcy. He opted for a blitz. Speed kills, hesitation drains. One zombie became bait to open a lethal window. The other bit its neck. Critical hit secured. He absorbed the soul to upgrade the banner, expanding its capacity and growth ceiling. Humans instantly turned hostile. Supplies spark conflict faster than zombies. Lin Wanyu fumed as their credit was stolen, but the crowd denied everything to hog loot. They mocked Subai as weak, justifying their Grabango logic. He stopped her argument. Ownership here is decided by force, not debate club rules. He demanded the supplies outright, replacing negotiation with pressure. They objected, trusting headcount over brainpower, blind to the strength gap. Subai acted immediately. Mass elimination is the fastest dispute resolution. Panic erupted when they realized his controlled monsters were very much alive. The loudmouth died. First volume doesn't boost defense stats. No one dared object after fear overwrote rebellion. He assigned Lin Wanyu to collect supplies, testing loyalty while saving time. She agreed, trusting him and knowing survival required backing him. Watching her act naturally, his suspicion eased. No obvious acting detected. She suggested staying for rescue, still thinking like a normal civilian. Subai refused. He hunts strong monsters, not rescue helicopters. The remaining people harbored resentment, too scared for open defiance, so they schemed instead. They fought over supplies, chaos blooming from greed. While arguing, danger struck. Avarice had dulled their senses. When monsters appeared, panic spread. No leader, no defense plan. The entire group was slaughtered, disorder sealing their fate. The last survivor fell. 2 choices have consequences. Their souls were absorbed. Subai wastes no usable resource. He noted the lesson: limited strength demands cautious play. He stayed cold, prioritizing efficiency over emotional baggage. He stressed no strings attached. Dependence weakens control. Hearing rumors of a stronger monster, his interest spiked. Fast-track leveling unlocked. She shared intel about a mutant beast, earning temporary value in his eyes. He decided to investigate. Hunting gains beat idle time. They reached a school, the monster's rumored turf. She moved cautiously, aware the monster count here was terrifying. Subai ignored caution. Speed mattered more than tiptoeing. He unleashed his zombies to clear the path. Subtlety is for the underpowered. She was stunned by his beyond human power, while he began doubting this world's origins. Strange noises hinted at survivors, adding new variables to the danger zone. A group of students resisted. Weekly DIY weapons versus zombies was a bad matchup. They retreated, realizing every swing just sped up their deaths. Lin Wanyu spotted someone she knew, but rescue now meant high risk. She chose to withdraw, prioritizing Subai's safety. Her allegiance had clearly shifted. Noise drew more zombies, pushing them into critical danger. Subai set up a counteroffensive. No escape route left, only head-in combat. He used sound to lure the horde away, buying space to survive. Using controlled zombies as bait, he massacred efficiently to clear pursuit fast. Lin Wanyu gaped. She'd never seen lure and slaughter tactics this clean. He pulled her back. Lingering meant instant encirclement. They hid in a room to recover after barely escaping the swarm. Another group rushed in, also chased, shrinking the safe space instantly. Spotting supplies, their attitudes flipped. Survival perks beat manners. They rummaged through backpacks freely, treating theft as teamwork. Teacher Ming pressured them, invoking group survival to demand shared loot. Liming Swan played peacemaker, aiming to drag Subai under group control. Lin Wanyu promised to protect his share, standing by him despite pressure. Subai sneered. Greed always reveals true faces on schedule. The group schemed quietly, planning to seize supplies on home turf. They led everyone to their base, seeking full control and redistribution power. Those inside rejoiced. Supplies meant a few more borrowed days of life. Subai observed calmly, these weaklings wouldn't last without muscle. Teacher Ming pushed for division. Hunger dissolves principles fast. Lin Wanyu held firm, refusing to betray her deal with Subai. Li Mingswan offered to buy the goods, dressing robbery in useless cash. Subai pretended to agree, curious how far they'd push it. He opened the backpack, confident everything was under control. A zombie at Li Mingswan's throat clarified he'd messed with the wrong man. The room panicked. No one expected the monster to be Subai's puppet. Subai interrogated coldly, teaching the cost of greedy miscalculation. He executed decisively. Fear is the best repeat prevention policy. His allies instantly betrayed him for survival, proving humans outscare monsters. Li Mingswan despaired, sold out by teammates at peak crisis. He begged Lin Wanyu, knowing she alone might sway Subai. She pleaded for mercy, still clinging to compassion despite the risk. Subai chose to leave, deciding she wasn't the person he once knew. She stopped him with intel about an even stronger creature. She sensed danger through a rare intuition, spotting what others couldn't. Subai grew suspicious. Such perception belonged to rare spirit bodies in cultivation lore. Killing intent flared. He still saw her as a traitor, potential soul-refining material. Her warning halted him. Immediate danger outranked revenge. He reconsidered. A rare spirit body was more valuable alive. A monster smashed through the wall, drawn by the scarce spiritual power nearby. Subai tensed, the aura far surpassed ordinary zombies. The crowd fled in chaos, facing it meant guaranteed death. He recognized it as a cultivation demonic beast, its presence nothing like mutated undead. Subai refused rescue power and gain outrank strangers' lives. The demonic serpent devoured a human, treating people as snacks and raising the death stakes. Subai's zombies counterattacked. Losing control of the battlefield wasn't an option. It ordered an attack on the demonic serpent's head, the only weak spot worth hitting. The serpent countered and bound it tight, sheer power making the prior strike irrelevant. Sensing spiritual ki, it identified Subai as a cultivator and switched to the premium prey. The zombie sliced off its tongue to escape any longer, and it'd be crushed. Subai accepted the duel once locked on. Safe retreat was fantasy. He considered killing humans for souls, fast breakthrough, or fast death. He made a ruthless offer, other lives as cultivation fuel. He declared life and death authority, knowing none could stop him. The crowd fell silent. Fear trumped heroism instantly. Subai turned away. No volunteers men had saved himself. The teacher volunteered to sacrifice herself, trading her life for her students. A spirit stone appeared, instantly grabbing Subai's attention. He inspected it at once. This treasure could flip the entire board. The teacher handed it over, betting the student's survival on him. Subai confirmed its value. The spiritual power inside could boost his realm. The system activated. The spirit stone enabled rapid upgrades for the 10,000 souls banner. He accepted the deal. Profit now justified temporary protection. The demonic serpent healed and attacked, unwilling to miss a cultivator snack. Subai sat down to cultivate, choosing to break through mid-battle. His zombies charged to stall, buying him precious seconds. They were overwhelmed. The realm gap cracked their defense. The serpent sensed his rising aura and grew wary. It unleashed full power. If he succeeded, the tables would flip. But as it closed in, instinct screamed danger, freezing it in fear. Subai pronounced judgment. Post breakthrough. The serpent was just material. The zombie evolved from the surge, becoming his main combat asset. On command, it attacked. The fight now totally one-sided. The serpent was pierced through, unable to withstand the new strength. The zombie kept crushing, denying any recovery window. It hurled the serpent aside like processed trash. Yet the serpent clung to life, demonic vitality buying time. It resisted fiercely, refusing total domination. The serpent summoned subordinates, betting on numbers and chaos. Mingxuan mutated and attacked, now the beast's puppet. He slaughtered teammates. Humanity deleted. Massacre mode enabled. Drunk on newfound power, he reveled in life and death control. Subai remained indifferent. All of them were banner ingredients. He summoned souls, turning corpses into fuel for himself. Mingxuan went berserk, thinking Subai vulnerable without support. Subai stayed calm. He already owned the battlefield. He unleashed vengeful spirits to let their grudges crush Mingxuan. The spirits coiled tight, dragging him toward the hell of his victims. Mingxuan panicked. His prey had returned for revenge. The serpent recognized the 10,000 souls banner but scoffed, unaware of its true might. Subai replied arrogantly, knowing it would soon be harvested. Mingxuan begged the serpent for help, strength completely spent. The serpent reassessed, realizing Subai was a dangerously ruthless demonic cultivator. It chose retreat. This fight offered zero upside. The serpent discarded Mingxuan, tool used and tossed. Subai dodged easily. A depreciated pawn wasn't worth effort. The serpent fled, survival now top priority. Subai gave chase immediately. No prey escapes his control. The evolved zombie led the pursuit, current MVP of combat. Their clash collapsed the floor, turning the area into pure chaos. The demonic serpent was suppressed, utterly overwhelmed by the encirclement. The zombies switched modes, activating full target lock. They pinned its limbs tight, leaving zero room to resist. Lin Wenyi rejoiced. Too soon. The serpent wasn't done yet. It shed its skin with a life-saving secret art and bolted. Mingxuan was cornered as the crowd sought revenge for his crimes. Stripped of power, he became the perfect punching bag. Subai stayed confident. Nothing escapes his divine sense tracking. The serpent thought it was free. Clueless, it was still marked. Subai appeared behind it, cutting off every escape route. The serpent panicked. How was it found after running so far? Subai ordered a lockdown, ready to end this instantly. The zombies clamped down in a pincer hold, freezing it in place. A killing strike pierced its throat, erasing its last resistance. Subai sealed its weak points, preventing any self-detonation surprises. The serpent fought back with toxic gas and clones, gambling on reversal. The clones swarmed, aiming to devour Subai's still fragile body. Subai scoffed. This trick barely qualified as a threat. He shattered every clone, the 10,000 souls banner crushing their soul cores. Despair hit the serpent. Its final move had flopped. Subai crushed its will, denying any comeback fantasy. He bound its soul, planning to harvest body and spirit alike. It tried to self-destruct but failed under superior realm suppression. The 10,000 souls banner devoured it whole. No exits remained. Lin Wenyi spoke with hidden sorrow, her strange familiarity with Subai raising red flags. The door burst open as Lin Wenyi rushed out in joy. Subai had survived. Subai brushed her off coldly, irritated at doubts about his strength. To prove the trip's worth, he revealed a purple spirit stone, premium loot secured. He pressured Aunt Lee for the stone's source. Stopping now wasn't in his growth plan. Learning her father held the clue, Subai weighed his options carefully. Though suspecting manipulation, he calculated the spirit stone was worth the rescue risk. He agreed to cooperate but warned he'd slaughter them all if deceived. Hearing they'd leave this death trap, the students sprang up in hope. Before the corpses, Subai refused waste dead men still at value. He activated the 10,000 souls banner, green chains locked onto the bodies. Souls were ripped free. Death wasn't an escape from him. The banner trembled violently, power surging from mass absorption. The system confirmed sufficient controllable spirits, major upgrade achieved. Calmly admitting he weaponized the dead, he urged departure time as power. Thanked as a savior, Subai denied kindness, profit not mercy drove him. Sensing his cultivation rise, he wanted to test a new magic treasure. His consciousness entered the sea of consciousness, hunting stronger gear. Countless items appeared. His vault was deep. Choice would shape fate. He drew a peculiar sword, surprised as if destiny nudged his hand. Lin Wenyu felt eerie familiarity with the blade, old memories stirring dangerously. Subai instantly noticed the memory revival signs control could shatter. He calculated the fallout if she remembered, prey might become threat. He stabbed the sword into the ground, ready to test how much her memory had rebooted. Su-bai handed her the blade, speeding up the memory unlock experiment. Lin Wenyu panicked at being forced to hold a weapon clearly not combat-ready. He pushed her to stand on her own. He wasn't signing up as lifelong bodyguard. Cornered, she gripped the sword cluelessly, danger level rising fast. The moment she touched it, memories flooded back. The blade was the sealed past key. She recalled Subei's self-detonation, their deep bond scrambling her mind. Memories of joining the sect surfaced. She had approached him with her own agenda. His past gentleness clashed with the present, making everything messier and riskier. Back in reality, she blurted his old name, identity lines blurring. His former life face overlapped the present, sending her into shock. Before she could finish, she fainted, brain overloaded by memory spam. She collapsed, leaving everyone panicked and clueless. Thinking she had fully remembered, Subei's killing intent flared. Secrets can't leak. He commanded the demonic serpent to strike, aiming to erase the threat instantly. The serpent coiled tight, locking her into a split-second death scenario. The students mentally shattered, watching him ready to kill without blinking. Antli begged desperately, but Su-bai stayed silent, weighing murder as risk control. The serpent opened its jaws on command, life and death hanging by a thread. Lin Wenyu choked in its grip, survival now measured in seconds. Antli lunged to help, buying a sliver of time as Lin Wenyu cried for Su-bai. Su-bai slammed his artifact to the ground, tension spiking as all eyes fixed on him. He didn't save her yet. First, he interrogated her memory status. Lin Wenyu denied understanding anything, muddying the kill or not decision. Antli knelt and pleaded, knowing his word alone sealed fate. Su-bai hesitated. Her reaction felt genuine, demanding deeper verification. He chose to inspect her memories himself. Only certainty eliminates risk. His hand touched her head, activating a dangerous mind-invading spell. The super soul art unfolded, exposing her memories under his absolute review. Confirming she hadn't fully recovered, he shelved the killing intent for now. He withdrew the spell. Mission accomplished, no need for further strain. The serpent vanished, freeing Lin Wenyu. Execution postponed. Su-bai coldly ordered them onward. Spirit stones mattered more than people. Lin Wenyu remained uneasy, blurry memories hinting unfinished danger. Suspecting a trap, Su-bai doubled down on total control. The group reached a ruined industrial zone, the final clue's destination. Antli confirmed her father was trapped here, urgency rising. Su-bai entered without hesitation. Spirit stones outweighed looming threats. Some students refused to follow, aware they were dead weight. Su-bai left them behind. The deal was done, so was his concern. Antli instructed the students to stay put, trying to prevent chaos. The trio ventured deeper, leaving anxious students behind. Inside, eerie silence screamed incoming danger. Lin Wenyu spotted zombies approaching, instant frontline engagement. A squad of soldiers appeared, warning them to retreat. This zone was beyond civilians. Antli rejoiced, thinking her father was near, convincing them not to fall back. Su-bai decides to capture the target alive, hoping to squeeze some juicy intel out of the monster. He summons zombies to attack, turning the battlefield into his own personal purge party. The soldiers panic when flanked from both sides, shocked by the sudden bonus round of monsters. The captain orders a tactical retreat, choosing survival over heroic stupidity. Two monster factions crash into each other, spiraling the battlefield into glorious chaos. An evolved zombie storms in, flexing such overwhelming power that ordinary zombies get steamrolled. A snake demon joins the fray, eager to shred foes and crank the slaughter to max level. The soldiers watch in horror, never having seen monsters gleefully murder each other before. Amid the chaos, Su-bai strolls forward calmly, clearly holding all the strings. The captain mentions higher ability users, hinting Su-bai might sit somewhere scary on that power ladder. The soldiers notice the monsters ignore Su-bai's group, realizing they're under terrifying protection. The captain raises his gun, deciding it's better to control the unknown before it controls them. The squad threatens them for answers, fingers twitching. One wrong move and it's bang. Two girls cling to Su-bai in fear while he advances like his out for a casual walk. The captain halts the shooting, sensing the opponent's aura, screams suicide mission if provoked. He lowers his tone and switches to diplomacy, the only move left to keep his team breathing. Su-bai asks back about ability users, revealing he's not in any system they recognize. The captain grows more wary, knowing this wildcard isn't an ally just yet. Antli explains they're searching for someone, hoping to dodge conflict and gather intel. The captain confirms the target's importance, making the rescue mission urgently critical. Su-bai immediately asks for the location, unwilling to waste another second. Zombies smash through the walls, turning polite conversation into instant deathmatch. The soldiers are surrounded, forced to fight with their escape route basically deleted. The captain calls for Su-bai's help, knowing he's the only one who can break the siege. Su-bai agrees with conditions because charity isn't in his vocabulary. He orders the zombies to attack, weaponizing the battlefield for his own agenda. The evolved zombie bulldozes through enemy ranks, shattering their numerical advantage. The snake demon breathes fire, scorching the field and tipping victory towards Su-bai. The soldiers gape at the display, realizing they're standing beside something beyond logic. The captain judges Su-bai as Haidir, since monster control like this is unheard of. Yuan warns of a mutation, signaling fresh trouble about to crash the party. A monster descends from the sky, proclaiming itself territory lord and instantly upgrading the threat level. The captain panics at the faulty intel, realizing they're facing something way above their pay grade. Su-bai identifies it as a high-level demon creature, both wary and thrilled at the hunting opportunity. The frost demon summons its minions, skyrocketing enemy numbers and battlefield pressure. Empowered zombies surge forward, forcing everyone into a desperate fight for survival. Su-bai plots to capture the boss soul because the payoff beats a simple kill. He orders everyone to fall back, intending to monopolize the prey. He schemes to build an intelligent undead army, upgrading his forces to the next tier. Su-bai launches an all-out assault, sending every zombie charging at the boss without hesitation. The coordinated strike gets blocked cold, proving the boss is tougher than expected. The frost demon senses his undead control ability and instantly flags Su-bai as top threat. It unleashes its aura, blasting all zombies away and flipping the battlefield in a blink. Declaring itself the undead overlord, it asserts dominance and escalates the clash to maximum. A devastating attack is unleashed, leaving no room to dodge, only to pray. Subai gauges its strength at golden core level, realizing this is a true heavyweight. A mysterious figure watches from afar, eyeing Subai as fresh prey and adding another layer of danger. The figure reports to its master, as Subai's value is high enough to warrant a hunt. A kill order is issued, turning Subai into the star target of a brand new hunt. Facing danger, Subai draws his sword, ready to drop his ultimate trump card. A Dharma manifestation appears and slices the attack apart, instantly wrecking the Frost Demon's advantage. Mingu Yinjin panics at the sight, realizing he's up against power way above his league. The captain is horrified, confirming Subai surpasses all ability users and shattering their worldview. Subai accepts the spiritual energy drain, gambling it for a shot at taming a top-tier boss. Mingu Yinjin turns to flee, knowing staying means guaranteed death. Subai refuses to let him escape, launching a killing strike to end it fast. His sword morphs into a phoenix, turning the attack into an unavoidable execution move. The boss panics at the looming danger, but it's already too late. Locked in place, he realizes he picked a fight with something beyond comprehension. The phoenix pierces through him, dropping the boss instantly and shattering all resistance. Everyone is stunned because that looked less like a human skill and more like a divine beast flex. Subai immediately switches to subjugation mode, unwilling to waste such premium power. The red Myriad Soul banner clamps down on the boss, leaving zero room to resist. After a tense struggle, Mingu Yinjin submits, deciding serving Subai beats, dying dramatically. The system announces a level up, but Subai suffers backlash, his realm slipping from overexertion. Mingu Yinjin offers spiritual power voluntarily, eager to please his new boss. The energy flows in, restoring Subai and quickly patching up his fallen realm. Subai realizes the Myriad Soul banner's perk souls directly boost his strength. He tests his new subordinate, while Mingu Yinjin acts loyal to secure his spot. Secretly, Mingu Yinjin calculates that following Subai is his ticket back to the top. Yuan Tu asks with concern, showing she's still firmly on his side despite the mysteries. Subai brushes off his past assassination, focused solely on getting stronger and hoarding resources. He orders the mission to continue, refusing distractions from the main goal. Seeing more zombies swarm in, Subai is annoyed they're just slowing his grind. Mingu Yinjin gets the hint and steps in to handle things for his master. He unleashes crushing authority, forcing the zombies into submission. The zombies kneel in unison, proving Subai's absolute control through his lieutenant. With that, the group advances smoothly, no longer blocked by low-tier mobs. The hidden observer is even more shaken, watching monsters bow like obedient pets. Antli begins to see Subai as a beacon in chaotic times, even if she can't read his true nature. Elsewhere, a man in purple is stunned by news of the boss' death, sensing the tides have shifted. Recognizing the familiar Dharma manifestation, he marks Subai as a dangerous foe to eliminate. A full-force kill order is issued. He won't allow Subai to grow any further. Survivors glimpse hope, witnessing Subai's group completely overpower the monsters. A dangerous object plummets from the sky, heralding yet another attack wave. A spinning razor-sharp weapon shoots down, aiming to shred the group. Mingu Yinjin blocks instantly, determined to prove his worth. The fierce clash reveals the new attacker is no lightweight either. The enemy realizes Mingu Yinjin has betrayed them, turning the fight personal. The foe orders an all-out assault, rewards dangling as bait for reckless monsters. Subai reenacts the Phoenix Cry move, fighting while forcing Yuan Thu to observe and learn. Yuan Thu finds the move oddly familiar but can't place it, her fractured memory stirring again. The Phoenix Roar paralyzes all enemies, showcasing absolute suppression. Subai conserves energy and leaves the cleanup to Mingu Yinjin after the major clash. Mingu Yinjin charges in, the enemies beg for mercy, but mercy's off the menu. With one finishing blow, he crushes the opponent's head, erasing the threat instantly. The system grants experience, confirming tangible gains for Subai. Subai notes the Myriad Soul banner's limits, already planning its next upgrade. He hands the corpse to his subordinate, planning to recycle it into army upgrades. Mingu Yinjin pledges loyalty, knowing this is a once-in-a-lifetime promotion chance. He devours the soul, converting loot straight into personal power. After absorption, he reaches Golden Core Realm, massively boosting Subai's lineup. The survivors cheer, seeing someone stomp monsters with ridiculous ease for the first time. Suddenly, a new creature smashes a building apart, resetting the danger meter to red. A winged monster appears, its terrifying form screaming higher level unlocked. One flap creates horrifying air pressure, instantly suppressing the entire area. Mingu Yinjin identifies it as a true golden core, insanely valuable and insanely deadly. Panic erupts as they recall this monster once wiped a rescue team in seconds. Memories of that defeat crush morale before the fight even starts. Yuan Thu trembles but forces herself to trust Subai, clinging to hope. The bespectacled man watches silently, ready to exploit the chaos to finish his assassination mission. Confident in the monster's multiple clones, he believes Subai can't possibly handle it. The monster taunts Subai like prey, cranking tension to max. It splits into multiple clones, surrounding the group in an overwhelming formation. One clone unleashes a sonic wave, kicking off wide area crowd control. Yuan Thu and the others collapse from the sound wave, instantly losing combat ability. Mingu Yinjin warns of multiple abilities, signaling an extremely tricky opponent. With inner strength suppressed, Subai can't unleash his full power. Refusing to stay passive, he delegates part of the battlefield to ease pressure. Mingu Yinjin charges up but is immediately intercepted by another clone. A different clone targets Yuan Thu, forcing Subai to intervene personally. He blocks with his sword, no way his letting a teammate die on his watch. His counterattack misses, exposing the enemy's terrifying speed. A swift retaliation lands and Subai fails to dodge completely. Injured and weakened, he realizes he can't drag this out without changing tactics. He recalls his former peak, using sheer will to steady himself under pressure. Quickly calculating, he seeks a way to break the sonic suppression and regain strength. Summoning zombies for support, he buys time for a counterstrike. They're crushed instantly, proving this stall tactic won't flip the game. Ambushed suddenly, Subai nearly takes a fatal hit while on the defensive. At the critical moment, an outside strike hits the monster, introducing a wild new variable. A blonde woman appears and blocks the attack, sensing the chaos has spiraled too far. She slams a devastating blow into the monster's head, instantly shattering the sonic suppression. With the sound wave gone, everyone recovers. Her arrival clearly shifts the tide. The group is stunned. One punch achieved what they couldn't withstand. She requests to borrow a magical artifact after the fight, hinting she is not here purely out of kindness. Mingyu Yinjin regains momentum and counterattacks as the sonic pressure vanishes. A heavy strike drops one clone, easing battlefield stress significantly. Subai seizes the chance to bisect another clone, shrinking the enemy's advantage fast. Without the sonic wave, the enemy's weakness shows its prior dominance relied on control. The Mastermind senses things turning bad but insists on total extermination to finish the mission. The last two clones switch targets to the warehouse, opting for civilian slaughter when victory seems unlikely. They dive toward the building, threatening mass casualties inside. Jing panics and cries for help. Her father is trapped in the danger zone. Subai orders an immediate interception. He can't lose his spirit stone until source. Mingyu Yinjin gives chase, racing to stop disaster before it's too late. He kills one but lacks the power to stop the other, leaving the crisis unresolved. The remaining bird breaches the building, turning the interior into instant hell. It spews toxic gas, shifting the fight into an irredeemable mass slaughter. Poisoned victims writhe in agony, the attack swift and merciless. Jing's father calls her name in agony, maxing out the despair meter. Jing tries to rush in but is stopped, charging and would be instant suicide. Her despair ignites, extreme emotion sparking a hidden power within. Purple Kai erupts around her, signaling a rare and dangerous awakening. The uncontrolled surge threatens to kill her, making the crisis even worse. Subai recognizes the rare ability. Handled right, it could flip the entire board. He intervenes immediately, relying on past experience to guide the awakening. Subai activates the Myriad Cell banner, crafting a buffer for the chaotic energy. He adjusts the key flow, stabilizing her power and preventing self-destruction. The scene feels oddly familiar to Yuan Thu, stirring buried memories. Flashbacks flicker, tangling her emotions into something complicated and unstable. Subai hands Jing the counterattack roll. Her new power is the key to victory. The enemy scoffs, unaware it's about to face rule-breaking abilities. Jing issues a verbal command, directly imposing law onto her foe. The effect triggers instantly, stripping the enemy of bodily control. The bird plummets in panic, clueless why its power just got revoked. The fall kills it outright, proving her ability is absurdly absolute. Everyone is horrified. She literally changed reality with a sentence. She confirms her power turns words into truth, making her a walking rule-breaker. Subai keeps directing, clearing remnants, while pushing the rescue mission forward. The Myriad Soul banner upgrades after victory, expanding Subai's undead control. Mingyu Yinjin interrogates the birdman, forcing out the antidote method to save the key target. Jing rushes in to find her father unmoving, pushing the crisis to the brink. She tries to command the poison away, no other option left. It fails, proving her current power can't fix everything. Backlash hits instantly, pushing her body to a dangerous limit. She coughs blood and collapses, her overuse clearly self-destructive. Subai warns her the power is monstrous, but so is the price. He confirms she survived by luck and cautions that next time might be fatal. Subai forces the birdman to detoxify old list life ties directly to his benefits. Terrified, the birdman complies under the Myriad Soul banner's pressure. It extracts the poison, finally beginning real treatment. Though alive, the man remains unconscious, leaving Spirit Stone until locked away. Jing calls to her father in tears while Subai calculates his next move. Yuanlu senses strange energy, hinting at new clues about the Spirit Stone. Subai checks and finds a glowing object in the victim's hand. He recognizes it as a high-grade Spirit Stone, highly abnormal in a kiss-starved world. He hands it to Jing, knowing she senses energy better. The stone reacts in her grip, proving she has a special detection affinity. She pinpoints the Spirit Stone source, revealing the next clear objective. Subai departs immediately. Jing stays behind with her father. And Yun blocks him, referencing their earlier deal. She clearly has her own agenda. She requests to borrow his magical artifact, obviously eyeing its power. Subai hands it over calmly, utterly confident in his control. And Yun attempts to absorb its spiritual energy, misjudging the artifact's nature. She starts draining it, expecting a quick power boost. Instead, a violent backlash erupts. The artifact refuses exploitation. She is hit hard, losing control and nearly collapsing. Subai stays composed, having predicted this outcome all along. Forced to return the artifact, she admits its terrifying danger. Even after failing, her greed shifts to Subai's sword. She tries absorbing the blade, refusing to believe she'll fail twice. The Divine Phoenix manifests, crushing her under sheer suppression. The backlash worsens. She drops to her knees, coughing blood from the level gap. And Yun panics, realizing Subai is far from ordinary. Subai understands the disparity. His artifacts far exceed this world's standards. He proposes cooperation, using profit to secure a high-potential ally. And Yun agrees instantly. The benefits clearly outweigh the risks. Mingyu Yinjin siphons her spiritual power, funneling more strength to his master. Subai breaks through to High Foundation Establishment realm, now confident against Golden Core foes. Elsewhere, a mysterious figure appears, slaughtering monsters effortlessly and raising a new threat flag. A bodyguard reveals overwhelming abilities, making the father realize they barely escaped death. The man in purple calls Fei Shu by her old name, shaking her with inexplicable familiarity. Past life memories flood back, forcing Fei Shu to face her history and her bond with Subai. Realizing her true identity, she cries master, understanding everything has escalated beyond the present. Fei Shu erects a barrier for her father and leaves, knowing staying would make him fatal baggage. Stepping into the bleak world, she suppresses emotion, killing her master can't be delayed. Reverence turns into resolve, hesitation would doom the world to endless disaster. The two rush toward the spirit cave to seize Spirit Stones first. One step late means losing the kill chance. Elsewhere, Su Haji rages over failure, proving he tolerates zero mistakes. He vows to kill Subai for the reward, the only ticket back to his own world. As civilians are slaughtered, the ability users coldly move on saving lives now would only weaken them. Randu hesitates but is shut down fast in the apocalypse. Power equals survival. The group speeds toward the objective, knowing delay means someone else might snatch it. Yuendu senses powerful spiritual Kai approaching, and unavoidable clash looms. Su Haji arrives with overwhelming force, blocking the path to settle the score. He openly provokes Subai, forcing battle here and now. Subordinates arguing over allegiance shows Subai's authority is shaking the old order. Subai probes first by sending vanguard troops he needs to gauge real strength. Su Haji scoffs, radiating total confidence in his suppressive power. He activates an ability that warps space, instantly throwing opponents into panic. Subai warns of mental manipulation, urging defense before they self-destruct. Fu Yun charges anyway, choosing risk over passive control. Su Haji counters with voice-infused mental force, turning speech into a weapon. One sentence shakes Yun, revealing terrifying mind intrusion capability. She collapses into illusion, instantly. No defense means instant defeat. Subai realizes illusions are also in play, complicating the battlefield further. Mingu Yunjin confirms he manipulates minds through all senses, virtually no blind spots. Even so, Subai searches for a counter, fail to break this, and they're finished. He activates a special combat state, preparing a beyond limit skill to shatter the stalemate. Sealing his senses and condensing true ki, he trades perception to escape mental control. The enemy mocks him without senses. How can he fight? A fatal miscalculation. Subai unleashes full power flames, betting on area destruction to break invisible control. A sea of fire engulfs the target, making everyone think victory is secured for now. But Su Haji emerges unharmed, proving that wasn't enough. He counterattacks by encirclement, trapping Subai's group with no escape. Yuandu collapses under mental invasion. The control radius is expanding. Randu falls too, turning teammates into liabilities. Mingu Yunjin confirms they're inside a prepared domain. Escape from control is nearly impossible. At the brink, visions of Subai's cultivation surface, hinting at a breakthrough method. The illusion shifts to memories of his master, as the enemy digs into his past to shatter his will. Seeing Subai frozen, Su Haji arrogantly assumes total control and declares him doomed. He digs deeper into the illusion, eager to rip out every secret in Subai's mind. Inside, Subai appears as a master training disciples, hinting at an identity far beyond expectations. The flawless detail unnerves Haji. This isn't a fake illusion, it's real memory. Has shaken to see his own superior was once Subai's disciple, raising betrayal alarms. Subai suddenly turns and looks at him, shocking Haji. Illusions aren't supposed to have awareness. Subai flips the script, exposing Haji as Shen Yunping's pawn and turning Hunter into prey. Haji panics, realizing Subai is conscious within the illusion. His plan is wrecked. Without hesitation, Subai slashes to shatter the illusion, knowing delay means recontrol. The strike tears Haji apart like paper, revealing he existed only within the illusion layer. Subai states he attacked the illusion's core mechanism, that's why it broke so easily. He closes in sword at Haji's head, leaving no room to resist or flee. Subai interrogates him about Shen Yunping, sensing the mastermind behind everything. Skeletons rush to rescue their master, forcing Subai to split focus or risk backlash. He cuts them down, but Haji exploits the moment to escape, resetting the stalemate. Gaining distance, Haji switches weapons. Plain illusions won't suppress Subai anymore. He reveals a lightning-based trump card, proving he's still got nasty tricks left. A barrage of darts flies out, forcing Subai into defense to set up a counter. Calmly, Subai asks for the enemy's weakness, is ready to shift to calculated offense. With intel secured, he assigns the toughest task to his subordinates for optimal strategy. Mingu Yunjin and the Birdmen charge in, wearing Haji down on Subai's behalf. Haji scoffs and counters relentlessly, confident his weapons and experience will crush them. But Mingu Yunjin easily deflects the darts, showing power far beyond before. The two subordinates press in together, cornering Haji with no breathing room. His horrified to realize they've reached Golden Core realm, tipping the balance hard. Trapped between them, he weakens despite desperate resistance. He boasts about his treasured fan, believing it can still reverse fate. Pouring out power, he blasts them back to carve an escape path, choosing retreat over death. Haji flees, but Anyun immediately gives chase. This threat can't escape twice. She cuts him off, forcing confrontation instead of flight. A strike hits his arm, knocking his weapon out of control. Decisive turning point. The treasured fan falls into Anyun's hands, erasing his biggest advantage. Haji collapses in pain, fully on the defensive for the first time. Anyun absorbs spiritual ki from the fan, stripping away his power source. The massive energy boost tilts the fight completely in her favor. Haji despairs as his artifact fails. His last card is gone. Anyun delivers a brutal kick, leaving him gravely injured and helpless. Mingu Yunjin and the Birdman seize the chance, landing the final blows. Subai coldly orders the soul split and no loot goes to waste. His subordinates devour Haji's soul, ending the threat and strengthening their side. After absorption, their power surges, pushing them near mid-stage Golden Core. They willingly share spiritual power with Subai. Only a stronger master ensures survival. The system confirms Subai has reached peak foundation establishment realm. He realizes finding a spirit spring would make Golden Core within reach. Checking his sea of consciousness, he discovers something unexpected, another power opportunity. Elsewhere, Fei Shu and Shen Yunping enter a dense spiritual zone, clearly targeting it in advance. Shen Yunping notes Haji's death without blinking. His real prize is still the spirit spring. They venture deeper into the cave, knowing the deeper they go, the richer the loot. He points out others mining spirit stones, proving multiple factions are already circling. At the core, a massive spiritual waterfall appears. This is the true heart of the spirit cave. Fei Shu senses cultivation speed skyrocketing here, making it a life-or-death battleground. She detects someone approaching and instantly shifts to high alert. Shen Yunping reassures her, confident his illusion realm can fool anyone entering. He casts illusions over the entrance, turning the area into a maze where intruders kill each other. The illusion works. Those inside start fighting madly, their perception twisted. Right then, Subai's group reaches the cave entrance, ready to step into danger. Yuentu confirms the overwhelming spiritual key inside, locking in their target. Subai decides to enter immediately. Hesitation means losing his breakthrough chance. Inside, spirit stones are scarce, but key is dense, clear sign the spirit spring lies deeper. He orders guidance toward the densest source, switching to a core-seeking strategy. His subordinates grow excited. The spirit spring promises rapid leveling. They encounter two figures in conflict, signaling powerful rivals already occupy the zone. Two ability users argue over what they think is a divine weapon clearly trapped in illusion, and Yun recognizes them, realizing they're dangerously strong individuals. Their known durability makes the coming fight extremely risky. Subai gauges their realms as higher brute force won't cut it. Realizing they're illusion-controlled, he deduces the true threat is the hidden manipulator. Yuenthu traces stronger key currents, guiding the team closer to the real objective. Subai senses a familiar aura. His traitorous disciple is inside. The two fighters spot Subai's group and redirect aggression, igniting battle instantly. And Yun volunteers to charge first, eager to test her upgraded strength. They clash in fierce melee, speed and impact driving tension sky. The opponent quickly suppresses her, proving superior experience and strength. Her staff is shattered effortlessly, her only edge gone in a flash. A kick sends her flying, showing the gap could end this in mere moves. She realizes she's outmatched, drag it out, and she dies. Subai catches her in time, preventing total combat loss. He heals her and hands the fight to his subordinates to stabilize the field. The two underlings attack immediately, stalling the enemy while their master recovers her. During healing, Yun senses Subai's unusually pure, far beyond normal standards. Lin Yuanthu watches with faint jealousy, emotions subtly coloring her view of Subai. She suppresses it, yet her desire for acknowledgement quietly surfaces. Tai Bi grows annoyed and orders the birdman killed to clear the battlefield noise. Tong Tuo stomps the ground, launching an overwhelming brute force assault. His body elongates grotesquely, smashing the birdman clone and showcasing dangerous morphing ability. Tai Bi confidently declares the finish, seeing the enemy fully cornered. A heavy punch staggers Mingu Yinjin, his first time losing a raw strength clash. The birdman counters swiftly but is easily dodged, exposing a skill gap. A counterstrike shatters the birdman's body, proving the opponent exceeds expectations. Mingu Yinjin is pressured relentlessly, bones cracking as defense collapses. The birdman dodges with flight, but only buys time, not victory. Inside the cave, Feishu hears the clash and recognizes the aura. Subai has arrived. Shen Yumping confirms it's his master and urges rapid breakthrough to seize advantage before confrontation. After patching her up, Subai drags Yingyun back to the battlefield, ready to take over the show. The two underlings sent flying make it clear they've been utterly outclassed. They admit defeat and suggest retreat, knowing staying means instant deletion. T-Bai smugly moves in for the kill, convinced he's untouchable. Yingyun panics and urges retreat, realizing the enemy's power is way above her pay grade. Tong Tuo scoffs at the sword and charges head in to shatter the last defense. One slash later, his leg is gone, and the tables flip spectacularly. The counterattack shocks him, his first taste of Subai's real power. The underlings cheer, realizing their master wields a divine weapon that ignores all defense. Even wounded, Tong Tu tries to flee because staying equals dying. Subai pulls out a strange rope, choosing capture over chase. The rope springs to life and binds tight, turning Tong Tu's speed into a bad joke. Dragged to the ground, Tong Tu loses all control of the situation. He struggles wildly but can't escape, clearly a top-tier treasure at work. The onlookers stare in horror at the rope's logic-defying power. Subai tightens the bind, pushing his foe to the brink. Bound and in agony, Tong Tu loses any chance to fight or flee. Cornered, Tong Tu tries taunting to stall for time. Subai doesn't bite and cleanly splits him in two, no variables, no drama. The underlings rush to absorb the soul, thrilled and crediting their master's clutch move. The high-level soul boosts their growth, powering up the whole squad. Yingyun is even more stunned, as Subai's strength shatters her old assumptions. Tai Bai realizes he can't win and starts losing the will to fight. He drops to his knees begging for mercy, pride officially uninstalled. The illusion truth is exposed, and he learns he's been played from the start. Subai points to the mastermind in the cave, shifting focus to the real boss. Tai Bai lunges at Shen Yumping, but Shen Yumping calmly dodges, gap obvious. Feishu strikes decisively, unwilling to drag out a fight she already controls. Spirit charge coins rain out, turning a simple move into wide area carnage. Tai Bai tries to tank it but gets pierced anyway, so much for tough defense. Overwhelmed, he collapses unconscious and exits the match. Everyone fears Feishu's power, while 1Q feels an oddly familiar chill. Shen Yumping and Feishu exchange icy words, revealing their master-disciple bond turned rivalry. The senior brother, junior sister titles drop, shocking 1Q and stirring chaotic memories. She reels from conflicting memories, her true identity starting to wake up. Yingyun senses the tangled ties, realizing this fight isn't just about power grabs. The underlings also deduce Shen Yumping's identity, the mastermind behind it all. Subai directly questions the betrayal from years ago, seeking the true instigator. Shen Yumping doesn't deny it and instead challenges him, brimming with confidence. Feishu forces 1Q to choose sides, turning the battle into a life-or-death decision. 1Q stands before Subai, reckless but fueled by absolute trust in him. Feishu, angered by defiance, resolves to show zero mercy. 1Q declares her stance, willing to die in his place, pushing tension sky-high. Feishu unleashes a killing move, no longer clinging to old sentiments. Yingyun jumps in to block, flipping fate in a split second. Feishu escalates with relentless attacks, turning the field into Bullville mode. Yingyun holds on with a treasured artifact, barely stabilizing the fight. But the weapon starts overloading, she can't last much longer. Subai watches the whole board, plotting instead of charging it. He targets Tai Bi, deciding to recycle the loser into a new chess piece. The Myriad Souls banner devours his soul, converting an enemy into fresh manpower. Subai tempts him into servitude with benefits, not brute force. Old and new underlings face off, forming a freshly balanced lineup. Tai Bi chooses submission because breathing beats dignity right now. Subai learns from his past life and balances rewards and punishment to secure loyalty. He promises fair distribution, turning the squad into a motivated war machine. All three pledge allegiance, instantly boosting the team's overall power. Subaya assigns roles smartly, optimizing each fighter against the two big bosses ahead. The battle restarts as the underlings attack in sync, keeping non-stop pressure. Face Yu dodges with ease, proving she's still leagues above. She gathers lightning and spirit coins, charging up a devastating move. A giant coin slams down, becoming an unavoidable wide area crushing strike. The Minguyan army is heavily suppressed, showcasing Fei Shu's overwhelming might. Elsewhere, Taibi charges Shen Yunping for revenge, opening another front. With just a glance, his completely restrained mental power on nightmare level. Shen Yunping draws his sword to challenge, aiming to defeat his master with swordsmanship itself. Subai calmly activates his sword technique, stepping into the true decisive duel. Subai erects an absolute defensive sword formation, knowing only firm defense can block a higher realm strike. Their techniques collide in a massive explosion. This fight has hit destruction tier. Though he blocks it, the realm gap tilts momentum toward the enemy. 1Q clutches her head as memories surge, her true identity awakening mid-battle. Shen Yunping notices and launches another sword formation, eager to finish before surprises arise. Waves of phantom swords crash in like a tsunami, maxing out the pressure. Using the smoke as cover, he shifts from OE to a lethal close-range strike. Yet the defensive sword formation holds firm, nullifying the assault. Continuous clashes weaken Shen Yunping's weapon, a counterattack brewing. Subai coldly exposes the flaw. Shen Yunping's swordsmanship lacks solid foundation. A sense of danger hits Shen Yunping, realizes he miscalculated. His sword shatters and the backlash sends him flying. Momentum clearly flips. The allies cheer as Subai suppresses a higher realm opponent. Even Fei Shu wavers, shocked by her master's unexpected strength. Still, she forces herself firm. Killing her master remains the goal. The Minguyan army stays calm under pressure, trusting in their master's outcome. Shen Yunping laughs, citing his teachings to prove he inherited everything. He manipulates the shattered blade fragments to counterattack, turning defeat into surprise offense. Subai senses danger instantly and switches to evasion. Even so, his wounded proof the defense is cracking. Subai breaks the move and counters, refusing to let momentum slip. Shen Yunping reforges his sword and charges, betting everything on a final blow. 1Q panics, sensing this strike could kill Subai. The underlings despair, the distance is too close to dodge. Fei Shu, despite resentment, accepts it as long as her master dies. At the critical moment, Taibai blocks the attack, flipping the script. Though he withstands it, his clearly drained the strike was monstrous. Shen Yunping is stunned that someone weaker resisted his suppression. Taibai goes all out, driven by survival and loyalty to his new master. He counterpunches, forcing Shen Yunping back and reclaiming space. Gathering every ounce of strength, he prepares a decisive strike. The full-force punch crashes down, aiming to end it in one blow. Shen Yunping is blasted away, opening a counter window for Su Bei's side. The Minguyan army refuses to stay pinned, ready to explode out of suppression. It channels power against the immense pressure, showcasing unyielding will. At last, it knocks away the coin, breaking the seemingly unbeatable suppression. Fei Shu is shocked that a mere spirit could shatter her trump card. She instantly unleashes another move, keeping pressure to block any comeback. Shen Yunping deploys countless sword shadows, pressing Taibai again. Subai lashes out with the binding immortal whip, locking down the dangerous assault. Seizing the chance, Taibai throws a fatal punch, determined to finish before Shen Yunping can react. He unleashes a rapid barrage of punches, cornering Shen Yunping beyond defense. The team thinks it's over, no one survives that combo. But Shen Yunping's body turns to mud, revealing he's annoyingly still alive. The weirdness raises alarms, this fight isn't done yet. Subai explains it's an overclocked primordial spirit ability, powerful but costly. The enemy rebuilds himself from mud, proving he's still battle-ready. Fully restored, he shows the last attack only cracked his outer shell. Shen Yunping taunts again, baiting Subai into a head-on clash. 1Q warns against it, his trying to control the fight's tempo. Irritated, he switches targets to her, aiming to apply pressure. A sudden sword strike targets 1Q, turning her into instant leverage. Yingyan senses the killing intent, no one could save her if it lands. The underlings despair, the strike is beyond their defense. Subai throws his sword to block, denying the hostage play. A golden coin appears just in time, adding a surprise shield. 1Q survives by inches and the situation turns unpredictable. Fei Shu tries to help but gets shouted down by Shen Yunping, exposing cracks between them. She starts doubting her senior brother isn't acting like himself. Sensing suspicion, he quickly adjusts his tone to hide his real intent. The fake explanation works for now, but doubt has taken root. Unnoticed, the sword remains planted in the spirit spring, setting up a twist. Everyone's puzzled, it doesn't seem combat-related at all. The spirit spring's surface begins to shift. Subai has triggered something. Energy bowls from below, hinting at an existence beyond common sense. A spiritual explosion erupts, forcing everyone to brace against the shockwave. A fiery phoenix manifests, upgrading the battlefield to nightmare mode. Its true phoenix aura terrifies all. This is no ordinary power. Yingyan realizes Su Bei's sword hides secrets far beyond imagination. Even Shen Yunping wavers, stunned by this revelation. Subai explains the spirit spring's mechanics, proving this was all calculated. He points to spirit currency crystals as the source, turning knowledge into tactics. The phoenix unleashes flames, entering battle on Su Bei's behalf. The fire forces Shen Yunping to dodge, breaking his attack rhythm. Under blazing pressure, both foes lose their offensive edge. Shen Yunping realizes victory is unlikely and opts to retreat. Subai casts the binding rope to hold him, trying to end it now. Even so, Shen Yunping escapes, leaving behind a promise of round 2. Subai admits it was partly a flex, the divine weapon isn't fully restored yet. Afterward, he leads everyone into the spirit spring to cultivate and cash in the win. Driven by breakthrough fever, she dives into the trial despite the risks. Fueled by ambition, she jumps straight into the spirit spring, chasing opportunity. But the spirit spring is ruthless. The harder you push, the harder it pushes back. Ignorant of the rules, she slams into the water and gets rebounded like hitting steel. Hurt and embarrassed, she angrily blames others, exposing her temper. After the shock, she realizes brute force is her bad habit and her downfall. Meanwhile, the skeletons adapt properly, relaxing and floating with ease. By letting go, they feel their bodies reforged, strength steadily rising. The remaining one, though enslaved, accepts reality. The power gained kills his resentment. Ying adjusts her approach. The pain fades and a breakthrough nears. Seeing this, Lin Wanqi refuses to lag behind. She won't be Su Bei's burden. She relaxes into the spirit spring, feeling intense transformation, terrifying yet thrilling. The change stirs not just her body but something deep in her mind. Blurry memories surface, hinting at a profound past connection between her and Su Bai. The peaceful memories shatter into brutal war scenes. Clearly, the truth isn't cute and simple. The apocalyptic vision reveals crimes on a massive scale, flipping her doubt into horror. She concludes Su Bai isn't her master, but the mastermind of disaster, faith completely deleted. Innocence dies, replaced by blazing hatred, as she brands him the root of all tragedy. Killing intent erupts. She condemns him, and decides he must die, no turning back. At the same time, the system confirms Su Bei's golden core breakthrough, seemingly tipping the scales. Freshly advanced, he feels in control, convinced he can handle anything now. The new power sharpens his senses, boosting his confidence to sky-high levels. He even reads his subordinates' thoughts, smug that his reward-punishment strategy worked perfectly. That confidence crashes when he senses a deadly shift unfolding before him. Noticing Wanqi's drastic change, he realizes the situation just turned lethal. Without hesitation, Wanqi strikes, determined to kill him before he reacts. Her sword answers her call, proof her power and memories are fully restored. She points the blade at him and declares a death sentence, seeing this as her only chance. The attack erupts into a fiery phoenix, packed with absolute killing intent. The team panics, clueless about the sudden twist. Control is gone. Even the subordinates despair that strike could kill their master and them with him. Su Bai analyzes fast and knows he can't block it. Breakthrough or not, time for a gamble. With no options left, he detonates his golden core, sacrificing progress for survival. A terrifying spiritual blast explodes outward, smashing everything to stop the killing blow. Wanqi is shaken by the mad power surge, losing initiative at the critical second. The backlash knocks her unconscious into the spirit spring, abruptly halting the fight. Still wary, Su Bai orders checks. He doesn't trust that she's truly down. The result shows neural interference. Someone else orchestrated this chaos. Seeing her as a future threat, he considers finishing her off. But at the plea for mercy, lingering emotion stays his hand for now. He spares her coldly, warning that next time will be fatal. Summoning the Married Soul's banner, he withdraws with his subordinates, suspecting he has been framed and vowing to uncover the truth. Now hunted, he knows only greater strength will keep him alive, no more playing safe. Guessing a dangerous yet promising secret realm lies beneath the spirit spring, he dives in for a breakthrough. Discovering a strange barrier, he realizes it's the gateway to another world. Without overthinking, he charges in. Big opportunity, big risk. Even probing carefully, he must enter. There's no other path to power. The moment he steps into the new space, strange phenomena warn this place isn't friendly. Fog engulfs him instantly, maxing out his survival instincts. He senses spiritual energy as rich as the immortal realm, meaning jackpot and death trap combined. Worse, the energy carries poison. Absorb it wrong and you self-destruct. Before adapting, swarms of mutant insects attack, proving this is a brutal hunting ground. He summons his subordinates to counter, hesitate, and get eaten. The system reports experience gains. These monsters are high-value targets. Seeing the profit, he switches from defense to farming mode. The Married Soul's banner devours the swarm, turning the battlefield into raw resources. The subordinates absorb eagerly, their strength rising fast. Spotting more prey ahead, they grow bloodthirsty. Evolution season has begun. The slaughter escalates, pushing his artifact past its bottleneck into a clearly stronger tier. A new skill unlocks. Souls fight each other, and only the strongest survivor remains. His sinister instincts flare, has instantly hooked on this brutal power. No hesitation, he activates it, turning the battlefield into maximum profit mode. Countless souls are dragged into a sealed space as raw material for ruthless selection. Forced to kill one another, only the last survivor earns the right to serve him. Meanwhile above, Wanqi awakens, meaning the chaos isn't over. She immediately hunts for Su Bai and even plans to kill Ying as a suspected ally. Ying senses the deadly shift and prepares to resist. Delay equals death, but a memory of being saved resurfaces, making Wanqi hesitate mid-strike. She wrestles violently inside, unable to separate hatred from conscience. In the end, she spares the innocent, clinging to her last shred of humanity. She leaves decisively, knowing staying would only worsen things. Her wounds from the blast weaken her. Su Bai's counter wasn't light. Despite doubts, she still decides Su Bai must die and chooses her senior brother's side. A familiar laugh echoes, shaking her certainty someone is pulling strings. Agonizing pain explodes in her head, as if memories and will are being torn apart. Unable to endure it, she collapses again, still under control. Below, Su Bai finishes soul absorption and prepares to leave. Resources are dry. His spiritual sense screams danger. A colossal creature blocks the path. Facing a commander-level beast, the team realizes this is deadlier than anything before. Tai Bi desperately blocks but loses an arm, proving the monster's overwhelming strength. Under crushing pressure, the subordinates urge retreat, stay and die. Su Bai agrees instantly. His poison resistance is spent. Fighting now is suicide. Accepting they can't endure, he abandons loot to preserve lives. He recalls all subordinates into the Married Soul's banner for a clean escape. No delay, he rushes back the way he came before the toxic realm swallows him. Even after escaping, he knows this world is terrifying. Strength is non-negotiable. Before he gets far, the giant monster keeps chasing. This isn't over. It tears through space in pursuit, proving it's far beyond initial estimates. Yet upon entering this world, it's suppressed by local laws. Plot twist. Its power shrinks from apex predator to hunted target in seconds. Seizing the chance, Su Bai flips to hunter mode. No rare prey escapes. Using the Married Soul's banner, he captures it, turning threat into resource. The beast is sealed in a purgatory space, absorbed into his power system. Its presence panics the insects but triggers a fresh massacre. As it slaughters wildly, Su Bai discerns the bloodline rules governing this realm's strength. Not lingering, he decides to leave. More opportunities await elsewhere. Wanqi's attempt on his life lingers in his mind. He suspects long-term manipulation. One conclusion: only overwhelming power will uncover the truth. He studies the power system deeper, preparing for greater dangers ahead. A rare map clarifies the world's layout, giving him strategy instead of blind wandering. Back on shore, he meets Ying and learns 1Q already left. Hearing she tried to kill his certain shiz completely changed. Skipping arguments, he departs, no time for pointless drama. He sets his next goal, another spirit node to keep boosting strength. Elsewhere, a group of ability users enters the area, opening a new storyline. They find 1Q unconscious, still in grave danger. The group decides to save her, realizing she's an ability user like them. Baijuju feels instant familiarity at first glance, clearly there's history here. She channels spiritual power to heal, knowing 1Q might die without quick action. The diagnosis reveals a mental attack, confirmation of a hidden puppeteer. With treatment, 1Q awakens, opening a chance to rewrite her fate. She recognizes Juju, but scrambled memories blur everything. Both suffer partial amnesia, making their bond hard to define. The warning about mental assault reminds her she's far from safe. The headache returns, fiercely proof the manipulation still lingers deep. She realizes her senior brother tried to kill her, shattering trust again. The bitter truth drives her into despair. Who can she even believe now? Juju offers a simple creed as ability users: they stand for justice and save lives. Those words give 1Q direction instead of drowning in doubt. She swears a new oath to purge evil and save others, shelving personal grudges. 1Q joins the team, having no clear path to survive. Invited to explore a spirit node, she agrees, fastest way to power up. Scene shifts to ruined Yangze city, death stench thick as doom. Yingyan recognizes the place and panics, it's no ordinary ruin. Subai heads toward the spirit node anyway, power matters more than safety. A subordinate explains millions died here, this place is literal hell mode. The suffocating air confirms it's a death zone for the weak. Still, Subai advances, risk is the price of breakthrough. Yingyan steadies herself and follows, betting proximity to him boosts survival odds. Instantly, a sea of zombies surrounds them, danger beyond imagination. Realizing this is only the outer ring, she knows worse awaits deeper in. At the crisis moment, the system completes, the Goo King new trump card unlocked. Without delay, Subai summons the Goo King to clear the field. The creature is the nose monster he previously subdued. It massacres zombies like a grinder, flipping siege into slaughter. Its overwhelming power even makes the subordinates wary. That only pushes them to grow stronger or get left behind. In moments, the zombie horde is wiped out, total dominance confirmed. Satisfied, Subai recalls the Goo King and tightens control over his minions. Amid the ruins, an old man appears, new anomaly detected. He approaches, begging for help, making them pause, assuming has a survivor. He warns them not to go deeper and brings out more survivors from a bunker. Yingyan reassures him confidently after witnessing their crushing strength. Yet the old man insists the inner danger far exceeds their imagination. He claims the deeper you go, the worse it gets. This is just the surface. Giant monsters lurk inside, wiping out even strong teams. A story of an annihilated ability squad proves survival odds are near zero. The horror tales underline that average strength won't cut it here. Hearing this, Yingyan wavers and suggests retreat. The subordinates also advise growing stronger before diving deeper. Subai refuses, fortune favors the bold, not the cautious. The group watches helplessly as they leave, knowing reckless types can't be persuaded. The survivors rejoice, thinking they've been saved, danger still unseen. They exit the shelter, unknowingly stepping into a prepared trap. A sudden alarm exposes the old man's abnormality. His kind facade drops, revealing the monster beneath. He morphs into a grotesque creature. This was bait all along. In a blink, he becomes a giant horror, sending people fleeing in panic. But its speed overwhelms them, harvesting prey with ease. It devours humans mercilessly, turning the area into a living hell. The moment they step into the trap, Yingyun is ambushed and grabbed by the leg. A roar summons its kin and a deadly encirclement forms instantly. Realizing the ambush, she panics, hesitate, and get torn apart. Subai summons the Goo King at once, only overwhelming force can break this fast. The Goo King grinds through enemies like a blender, farming experience nonstop. Noting the monster's unusual strength, Subai sees rare upgrade potential. Killing and Tendignite's retreat is off the table, it's harvest time. All subordinates are deployed in full coordination for maximum slaughter efficiency. The sonic manipulator unleashes soul-shattering sound waves, leaving enemies helpless. Subai approves as their power rises, strategy validated. He reviews the lineup, each role fits into an optimized combat system. Yingyun joins the fray, struggling to match the team's brutal tempo. She questions killing weak mobs, missing the bigger plan. Subai raises his artifact, he'll explain with results, not words. He states this is mere path clearing, the real target lies deeper. He harvests souls en masse, feeding the myriad souls banner. After a night of slaughter, the artifact levels up, strategy confirmed OP. Subai's please growth speed exceeds projections. A refinement skill unlocks, converting souls into team-wide power. He activates it immediately, control through empowerment. The subordinates feel a surge of strength, loyalty tightening like chains. Meanwhile, the Goo King keeps massacring, proving its worth. The more it kills, the stronger it grows, promotion ambitions unlocked. Yingyun nears exhaustion, this pace breaks normal limits. Yet stored energy triggers, pushing her toward breakthrough. She realizes Subai planned this growth forged in battle. From then on, she resolves to follow and has her fastest path to power. Suddenly, the old man reappears, acting frail to deceive again. He approaches pitifully, fishing for lowered guard. Words of concern mask another lethal setup. Subai grows suspicious, his spiritual sense flags anomalies. Before Yingyun reacts, a tentacle strikes from behind. She's bound in a blink, resistance deleted. The overwhelming force reminds her she's still too weak. The old man reveals his monster form, dragging her to death's edge. Subai moves instantly, 1 second late equals 1 ally gone. A precise strike severs the tentacle, flipping momentum. Yingyun falls as support vanishes, danger not over yet. He catches her mid-drop, saving her and stabilizing formation. The monster shows no fear, only provocation, the real fight begins now. The Mingoyan army opens with slashes, cutting tentacles to test strength. The Goo King blitzes from a blind spot, aiming for a swift assassination. It latches onto the beast, attempting blood drain for advantage. The attack draws real blood, monster hemorrhage confirmed. but it retaliates instantly, flinging the Goo King away. No easy boss. Taibi charges to assist teammates don't get left behind. He pours everything into a punch to crack its defense. The blow unleashes a shockwave, raw physical power on display. Too late, he realizes he walked into a trap. The monster baited the strike to swallow the attacker whole. Its jaws snap shut, trapping Taibi inside. Welcome to the kill zone. Knowing escape is unlikely, he urges his master to retreat. The foe is beyond their tier. The Minguian army rushes in desperately, refusing to abandon him. But severed tentacles still writhe and counterattack, blasting it away. The heavy impact leaves it badly injured, tipping the battle further south. Subai quickly sizes things up and realizes this was a Diluc's trap from the start. Even under pressure, he stays cool and teases Anyun to keep her from spiraling. His rough move annoys her, but hey, it snaps her out of panic mode. He steps in front, ready to solo the biggest threat like a true frontliner. He activates his Spirit Sea, gearing up to drop his real trump card. Out comes the hidden weapon, time to go all in and end this. A bizarre sword appears, radiating danger on a whole new level. This is the blade that let him punch above his rank, battle-hardened and proud. He unleashes crushing pressure, sweeping the field for a final strike. The monster stays cocky, unconvinced this guy is a real threat. It strikes first, aiming to erase Subai with a head and assault. But the sword hums to life, signaling a nasty counterattack. Subai blitzes forward, claiming the high ground right above his foe. He channels heavenly thunder into the blade, forging a strike beyond his current realm. One slash clean through the monster in a blink. Lightning fries its body, obliterating its entire biological setup. The monster explodes, seemingly wrapping up the fight. Taibi narrowly survives being swallowed, though heavily injured. The team stares in awe at Subai's power, respect level skyrocketing. But before celebration begins, eerie laughter echoes from the remains. The scattered flesh wreathes back together. Hello, nightmare regeneration. In seconds it's fully restored, boldly declaring itself immortal. It keeps taunting, confident no one can actually kill it. Subai doesn't flinch, killing it was never his main quest anyway. He orders Taibi to get up, prepping phase 2. Subai exposes the scheme, realizing the monster fears something ahead. Its killing intent flares, proving his guess deadened. It roars and attacks wildly, desperate to devour prey and evolve. Countless tentacles lash out, pushing opponents towards certain doom. Subai shoves Anyun away, should never tank this out nightmare. He drags her into a swift retreat, shifting the battlefield as planned. The monster panics and tries to stop them, clearly terrified of what's ahead. Subai halts at the perfect spot, confirming the bait worked. He smirks coldly, the real one in danger isn't him. The monster senses overwhelming pressure and finally starts to freak out. A gigantic creature appears overhead, its aura rewriting the battlefield. It's a mutated praying mantis, the obvious overlord of this zone. It dives at terrifying speed, barging straight into the fight. A few swift slashes suppress the tentacles, flexing superior strength. The octopus fumes over losing its prey but dares not underestimate the newcomer. The mantis declares dominance, this is its turf. They clash fiercely, neither willing to give up control of the meal. The monster brawl explodes, gifting Subai a VP spectator seat. He stays out, let them weaken each other first. Subai explains it's the regional lord, confirming the lure worked perfectly. He notes the octopus' fear and admits he intentionally drove it here. On the field, the octopus fights desperately to survive. Overpowered, it weakens under the massive strength gap. Cornered, it even tries negotiating for its life. The mantis refuses, predator instincts say no mercy. It presses the attack, determined to finish the job on the spot. The octopus unleashes its ultimate move, spewing poison to weaken its foe. The mantis is affected, creating a brief tactical opening. Right then, Subai steps in, profit time has arrived. He openly joins the fray, positioning himself as the final decider. Both monsters realize they've been played, but it's too late. The octopus chooses to flee, knowing victory is impossible. Subai orders pursuit immediately, denying any escape chance. He mounts his evil bird and gives chase, keeping relentless pressure on his prey. The monster keeps telling itself it's immune to physical attacks, sprinting away in denial. Subai channels power into his blade, lining up the true finishing move. One slash splits the body in half, but his aiming beyond mere flesh. The aftershock obliterates the corpse, forcing its true soul form out. The primordial spirit-slaying sword kicks in, dragging the enemy's soul into the open. He seals it with the 10,000 soul banner, ending the monster for good. The evil beast's primordial spirit barely appears before the banner chains it tight, thrashing, screaming, stuck. Realizing its reward time, his subordinates kneel instantly, sensing a massive power-up opportunity. With permission granted, the yin spirits swarm in and devour the primordial spirit like a savage buffet. Subai watches coldly. Betrayal taught him that iron discipline keeps minions in line. Noticing the mantis vanished, he sweeps the area with divine sense, refusing to let trouble escape. In a blink, he locks onto its hiding spot, proof the power gap makes stealth a joke. No hesitation, he swings, hurling thunder to flush it out and end things fast. The mantis blocks but is smashed into the ground, every defense costing it dearly. Realizing defeat, it panics and cries for help. 1 second slower means instant death. As its plea fades, blood thunder rips the sky open. Someone stronger has entered the chat. A ghostly voice booms down, declaring the land's master offended and ready to punish. A single war shakes space itself. This newcomer dwarfs the previous threats. Feeling the pressure, Subai turns serious. This is a primordial spirit realm powerhouse. A colossal hand descends, blotting out the sky as if to crush everything below. As it nears, raging flames erupt, turning the strike into a wide area annihilation move. Seeing backup arrive, the mantis sneers, convinced Subai is doomed. Subai doesn't care, he pivots his sword, choosing to finish his prey first. One clean cut, the mantis head drops, waiting for rescue, costed everything. He calmly collects the remnant soul, unfazed by the inferno crashing down. The flaming palm detonates with a world-shaking blast, swallowing all sound in a life-or-death crescendo. After the explosion, his subordinates cry out in panic, certain no one survived that hit. The attacker appears, mocking, confidently sure his foe was crushed in one move. But mid-load, he senses something wrong, something still lingers in the ruins. A streak of blue primordial spirit light flashes Subai lives and is ready to counter. His primordial spirit emerges from the sea of fire, revealing a new absorbed power and a dangerous shift in momentum. The enemy grows uneasy, the figure before him echoes a being he once feared. Seeing the familiar sword, he knows this isn't just anyone, it's a former battlefield tyrant. Memories flood back to an old war where a three-headed behemoth spread pure despair. The beast's aura sent all creatures fleeing, plunging the forest into chaos. Amid the panic, a small monkey froze, fully aware escape was impossible. The giant beast lunged, jaws wide, turning the scene into certain doom. A terrifying suction vortex formed, dragging everything helplessly into its maw. Ancient trees were shredded, proving resistance was utterly pointless. At death's doorstep, a figure appeared, rewriting the prey's fate. The savior was Su Bai, at his peak, strong enough to face a monster that shook heaven and earth. He stepped through the air and stood atop the beast's head, claiming absolute dominance. With just 2 icy words, he sealed the demon's fate before even striking. His sword fell, cleaving clouds with absolute killing intent. This fight would not last another second. A single sword flash splits the behemoth in half, power gap so wide it never stood a chance. A cataclysmic explosion ends that ancient battle, branding the image of an irreplaceable overlord. The strike was so brutal it backfired, forcing Su Bai to pay with his own body. The monkey never forgot his savior used golden core to defy the spirit-roaming realm, an unheard-of feat. While all creatures fled in fear, it risked its life to approach, desperate to repay the favor. It offered its only peach, knowing this was a once-in-a-lifetime shot. That reckless choice earned it destiny, setting it on a path others only dream of. Before leaving, Su Bai passed down a cultivation method, seeing potential and leaving a heaven-and-earth path. The memory fades back in the present, the two powerhouses stare, waiting for one slip. The spirit monkey accuses Su Bai, wary of his identity and terrifying growth speed. Without delay, it unleashes a killing move, aiming to crush the threat early. Shockwaves sweep the field, tossing Su Bai's side like weeds in a storm. Buildings behind them are flattened too. This is full-scale destructive combat. Only Su Bai stands firm, the rest of his formation is shattered. Taibi panics, warning that this disaster-dear foe is beyond them. Retreat is suggested, but Su Bai refuses. Turning back now means faster death. He locks eyes with the enemy, knowing escape is just self-deception. After absorbing such power, fearing battle would shatter his Dao heart, he must face it. Resolve surges. Only by advancing can he protect his cultivation path. He summons the 10,000 soul banner, calling every force, no holding back now. His subordinates charge, knowing this is their only shot at survival and merit. Taibi casts aside fear's life was granted by Su Bai, so hell fight to the end. He roars and leads the charge. Hesitation would mean collapse. The entire formation rushes forward, gambling their lives at the edge of doom. Even Fu Anyun joins, swept up by momentum over fear. In a blink they close in, dragging the fight into deadly close quarters. The spirit monkey merely raises a hand so strong it doesn't bother dodging. A spell crashes down like natural disaster, meant to wipe out all who dare approach. Frost energy freezes on contact, turning resistance meaningless. The whole squad is iced over, power gap equals 0 counterplay. Frozen bodies fall like lifeless statues. The battle tilts completely. On impact, the ice shatters, revealing bodies nearly finished off. Groans echo, they've just stepped across the line of life and death. The spirit monkey descends, its pressure crushing morale and freezing any advance. Despair spreads. Fu Anyun nearly gives up, seeing no path to victory. But then she senses a shift. This isn't over yet. Su Bai keeps walking forward, steady as ever. Stopping was never an option. Killing intent erupts around him. Seeing his team crushed kills his calm. Ignoring all warnings, he confronts it head, and his pride allows no retreat. The spirit monkey laughs, treating him as prey given the realm gap. Its first strike is easily dodged, revealing speed and skill beyond expectation. It sneers, convinced Su Bai can't harm it no matter what. Suddenly the 10,000 soul banner glows, trump card time, prolonging this is worse. The artifact rises, trapping the spirit monkey in a barrier not to kill, but to seal its counterattacks. At first nothing happens, and it scoffs, thinking it's just a useless scare tactic. When it casts again, the energy vanishes mid-charge, no power, no kill shot. The spirit monkey panics, realizing its abilities are mysteriously stripped away. It immediately suspects the artifact. That harmless banner is clearly the culprit. Su Bai seizes the moment, ordering the attack now that counterplay is gone. Borrowing explosive momentum, he shoots forward like a meteor, exploiting the confusion. The spirit monkey still laughs, refusing to admit it's lost its ace. But another failed power-up later, it realizes the tables have fully turned. No mercy, Su Bai slashes through its body, striking in the only kill window. The cut blasts its primordial spirit out, shattering its very foundation of existence. The defeated foe stands stunned, beaten before it could truly resist. Su Bai coolly explains, flexing the absolute advantage of his artifact. The 10,000 soul banner drains surrounding energy, nullifying all nature-based skills. Yet the spirit monkey laughs, it still has one final card, self-destruction. Its primordial spirit swells and burns bright, sacrificing cultivation for raw devastation. It declares it'll self-destruct if it can't win, it'll drag the whole city down. The subordinates panic, that blast could erase the entire zone. They beg Su Bai to retreat, the only sane survival option. He remains calm, has already calculated a way out. Spiritual energy gathers around his sword, his choosing finesse over brute force. An ancient formation activates, only sealing can stop a disaster-level detonation. A cage of light forms, locking the primordial spirit before it can explode. The spirit monkey trembles, it's completely bound, self-destruction halted. Su Bai coldly names his sword, declaring it supreme over all resistance. With a single seal, he crushes its final struggle. The cage tightens, strangling every trace of spiritual power. Even restrained, it hesitates the man before it looks just like its old savior. In the end, it denies the thought memory and identity don't align. Its strength fades, the primordial spirit shrinks back after the forced stop. Crisis over, the group erupts, they survive by a hair. Su Bai descends calmly, as if this apocalypse was all in the script. He shifts plans, capture the spirit monkey instead of killing it. At his command, the 10,000 soul banner rises, ready to devour the primordial spirit. Chains surge out, binding tight, final step to turn foe into servant. But the spirit monkey resists, unwilling to accept control despite defeat. It roars in disdain, claiming the realm gap makes subjugation impossible. Suddenly it bursts with power, snapping the chains and breaking free. Subai braces realm disparity means capture isn't that simple. Even at stalemate, he forces a choice submission over prolonged attrition. The spirit monkey scoffs. It only acknowledges its old benefactor, not this man. Rejected, Subai's patience thins. His recruitment plan is collapsing. He chants swiftly, stronger measures are required. Sword energy erupts. He sentences it to ceiling, no middle ground left. Crushing pressure drives it back, struggling helplessly as it's pulled off balance. It howls in resistance, knowing seal means eternal loss of freedom. The sword returns to its sheath. The verdict stands. The spirit monkey is sealed. The subordinates stare in shock. The nightmare battle ended that fast. After confirming victory, the group explodes in relief. They escape death's door. Cheers rise. This win means the city is freed from tyrannical terror. But danger isn't over. Other monsters still need clearing. Subai immediately begins interrogation, aiming to use his captive to hunt remaining targets. The spirit monkey stubbornly refuses. No way, it's helping the guy who beat it. Subai coolly declares that confession or not, every monster's ending is extinction. In arguing back, the spirit monkey slips up, revealing they use humans as cultivation fuel. Subai instantly grabs that thread, so that's the cruelty behind their system. The spirit monkey admits it. With no spiritual energy in this world, humans became the substitute. Subai concludes they're outsiders invading to power up. Cornered, the spirit monkey grows irritated. Its weak spot's been exposed. Elsewhere, humans secretly watch, stunned that someone actually defeated a monster. News of victory spreads, shaking them with their first real taste of hope. People slowly step out, needing to see with their own eyes that the nightmare's over. One person breaks down crying. The weight of years of oppression finally lifts. Cries of freedom echo, marking a turning point for the city. Even the elderly can't hold back tears. Liberation has finally arrived. The crowd erupts, overwhelmed by surviving long tyranny. They decide to support Subai, knowing only he can wipe out the remaining threats. But when volunteers are needed, everyone hesitates. Life or death risks aren't so easy. Silence falls. No one dares leave their comfort zone. Then a teenager steps forward, breaking the heavy tension. He volunteers, believing freedom without risk is just fantasy. His determined gaze sparks hope. He's ready to trade today for tomorrow. He approaches Subai, calling out with crucial information. Bowing deeply, he thanks them, the city's true saviors. He offers a map, wanting to help eliminate the remaining monsters. Subai notices something unusual. This kid has rare talent. Though surprised, he stays calm and accepts the map as part of the next plan. He transfers a portion of power, planting karmic seeds for the future. Sensing the spirit monkey wavering, he warns it humans are not tools. Subai assigns tasks immediately, aiming to purge remnants before they regroup. He even allows soul harvesting. Rewards make minions fight harder. Hearing that, the wraiths buzz with excitement. Instant power-ups await. The four great generals scatter at once. Delay means escape prey. The boy watches it all, resolve growing as he sees strength reshape fate. Elsewhere, Shen Yinping senses the shift. A disaster-level being has fallen. Realizing the corpse isn't fully destroyed, greed sparks perfect body-snatching material. Ambition flares. He plans to use the monster's body to betray his master someday. On another battlefield, Mingyu faces a demon turtle. No room for drawn-out fights. One smash cracks the shell. Power gap equals instant finish. He devours the soul immediately, no wasting fresh energy. In the west, Tabi overwhelms a two-headed wolf, strength surging beyond it. He forcibly extracts its soul, absorbing it to boost speed and power. A new sigil forms. Each battle fuels his evolution. In short order, all targets are wiped out, terrifying efficiency. Subai is satisfied. The cleanup unfolds exactly as planned. Spoils are presented upward. Everyone knows who needs the boost most. Fu Anyun absorbs them at once. Falling behind isn't an option. The energy merges and she feels her power rising clearly. Tabi credits it all to Subai's command. And Yun sees him differently now. The cold exterior hides deep calculation. Even the spirit monkey admits his leadership inspires absolute loyalty. It recalls its old benefactor. Today's scene stirs memories of painful betrayal. Subai cuts off the thought. No emotions allowed to disrupt control. He orders rest after that gauntlet. Everyone's spirit energy needs stabilizing. Citizens return to the surface. Overwhelmed, it's their first real taste of freedom. In the shadows, Shen Yinping appears, tracking the monster's corpse. He approaches the body, ready to perform a power-stealing ritual. Spotting valuable remains, he grows frantic. This chance is once in a lifetime. Drawing his sword, he begins the forbidden rite to bond with the corpse. He swears with blood dark rituals always demand a price. Black Key spills out, signaling a dangerously unstable fusion. Blood seeps into the remains, sealing the link and birthing the threat of something worse. At dawn, Anyun awakens, new power fully absorbed. She immediately challenges Subai, eager to test her new limits. Confidence soaring, she believes she can finally pressure him. She strikes first, no hesitation, no warm-up. Subai blocks with eyes closed. The gap clearly still exists. The clash shakes the field, their force rattles the ground. Subordinates panic. One slip, and this could turn catastrophic. As smoke clears, Anyun stands stunned. The result defies her expectations. Even at full power, she couldn't budge him, near absolute disparity. Subai smirks to him. That was just light stretching. He counters instantly, yanking her primordial spirit from her body. Total dominance. The subordinates drop to their knees. This technique could kill at any moment. Anyun trembles, first time feeling her soul ripped free. Powerless, she's completely manipulated, body no longer her own. Subai even teases her. The gap is so obvious it's almost boring. Then he returns her soul. This was a warning, not an execution. She stumbles into his arms, creating peak awkwardness. He stays calm, which only deepens her embarrassment. The perceptive subordinates tactfully look away. Regaining composure, she steps back, mood heavy. No blame, she leaves quietly, knowing weakness was the real issue. Frustration churns inside. She couldn't even withstand one move. Memories flood back. West Ning City overrun by zombies. Her mother torn apart, her brother panicking. Survival demanded brutal choices. Her mother stayed behind to block the horde, buying her children a chance. Swallowing grief, she ran with her brother. Stopping meant death. In despair, her brother spotted a weapon, a flicker of hope. Without thinking, she lunged. It was their only shot. She drew the sword with all her will to survive, but it dissolved, triggering an ability and revealing strange power. One moment's hesitation and zombies caught up back to doom. Her brother was seized, death loomed inches away. Protective instinct ignited, she awakened her power to save him. One strike blew a zombie's head apart far beyond normal strength. The scent of blood enraged the horde, chaos intensifying. She kept cutting them down, carving a path to live. A two-headed zombie appeared, launching a lethal blow. In a blink, she countered, shredding it before it understood. Its body shattered, her power had surpassed old limits. Standing amid gore, she felt cold, almost like someone else. Hearing her brother call, she snapped back, terrified of that power. Back in the present, she admits she still can't match that towering existence. She sent her brother somewhere safe, no dragging him into danger. Then she wandered, absorbing weapons to grow stronger daily. Through battle, she became known as the Weapon Queen, yet it wasn't enough. Bitterly, she admits the gap with her enemy remains an abyss. Subai cuts and face reality, only relentless growth can rewrite fate. Subai's icy words ignite Enyun's resolve, shall grow stronger at any cost. He turns and walks off, forcing her to chase or be left behind. They enter Gale Rift Valley, where every step screams hidden danger. The subordinates scan the terrain, prime hunting ground for apex predators. Subai suddenly halts, time to check before going deeper. His divine sense sweeps outward, probing for hidden spiritual movement. But the sensing range is limited, making the search tricky. Thinking a traitor's, his gaze turns colder. Trust is a luxury he won't afford. A shadow flashes overhead, danger dives from the sky. Diaren identifies it, a golden feathered bird, a beast that shreds giants. Worse, this one's mutated at golden core realm, far beyond normal. Spotting prey, it plunges down, killing instinct in full throttle. It becomes a living arrow, fast enough to one-shot its target. Subai and Enyun dodge in time, reflexes save the day. Enyun counters instantly, refusing to yield momentum. Her strike lands, sending the bird fleeing. She's not the weakling she once was. Confidence surges, finally an opponent she can dominate. Subai grows suspicious, sending Guang to pursue. There's a human scent involved. Guang stalks in stealth, invisible in the shadows. But the bird's sudden change of direction raises alarms. This smells like a trap. Indeed, it leads back to its master, a pink-haired man waiting calmly. He pets his beast, relaxed, has already gauged their strength. His expression chills, trespassers will die. Without hesitation, he hurls a spear at Guang. Battle begins. Guang dodges, yet underestimates the true danger. The spear explodes, blasting him away. More than simple physical force. Injured, Guang realizes this foe is no pushover. The pink-haired man grows intrigued. Subai's group is worth fighting. Subai steps in, pressure rising and caution triggering. They size each other up, this won't be a trivial clash. Enyun senses a spiritual node, the final target is here. The pink-haired man recalls his weapon, ready for serious combat. He warns him this territory is off limits. No waiting, he charges, seizing early dominance. Subai draws his sword and meets him head-on. He senses dangerous energy building in the opponent's weapon on contact. Before countering, an explosion erupts, shattering the balance. The whole group is blown back, far stronger than expected. Subai still manages to shield Enyun, always in control. Taibi identifies the foe, Spear King, famed for commander to your might. Spear King eyes Subai and sneers, calling him a demon to spark conflict. Insulted, Enyun fires back, tension skyrocketing as she defends Subai. Arrogantly raising spear and soul banner, Spear King claims righteous cause Subai must be purged. Declaring himself savior, he charges to cleanse evil from the world. Taibi rejects that salvation Subai made him stronger, betrayal isn't an option. He leaps to block the spear, gambling his life to shield Subai. Boasting his new realm can tank the blow, his actually challenging far above his tier. Enyun flanks, aiming to pressure Spear King from both sides. But Spear King's reflexes are monstrous, he swats him aside, collapsing the pincer instantly. Both reel from the physical gap while Subai watches calmly, assessing. Though suppressed, they keep attacking, yet every strike exposes their helplessness. As the fight drags on, they unknowingly channel power in one direction, opening a fatal, irreparable flaw. Shang Wang seized the moment, fired 2 lethal spear strikes, and ended the fight in a blink. Taibi and Ying Yun were crushed miserably, proving teamwork can't patch a power gap this huge. He pressed his spear to Ying Yun's throat, shoving her to the edge of life and death for instant surrender. Even cornered, Ying Yun argued back, insisting Subai wasn't evil and cranking the tension up another notch. Shang Wang stayed rigid, believing different stances mean total annihilation, no gray zones allowed. Minggu sneak attacked to save them, knowing a head-on clash was pure suicide. The ambush flopped completely, and even Subai had to admit the guy's defense was as flawless as his offense. Enraged by the sneak hit, Shang Wang dropped judgment mode and switched to merciless execution. He sliced off Minggu's arm, punishing the ambush and showcasing peak brutality. Minggu was blasted away, armless and agonist-stricken, proof that meddling costs dearly. Subai gouged his spiritual power, noting the scary potential but deciding it still wasn't a real threat. Shang Wang kept hunting Minggu, convinced wiping out evil was mission critical. Neo Ren charged in to help, knowing Minggu's death would collapse their entire formation. He got choked mid-move, showing every rebellion was strangled at birth. In seconds, all subordinates fell, forcing Subai to step in at last. Shang Wang ignored explanations and clashed with Subai, escalating things to boss level. Realizing normal moves wouldn't cut it, he unleashed a trump card, accepting brutal energy drain. A devastating blast erupted, meant to end it before his batteries ran dry. The pressure spread wide, making Subai's allies struggle hard. This was no joke of a strike. Yet after the blast, Subai stood untouched, shattering Shang Wang's victory fantasy. Subai warned he was self-destructing from overexerting power, which only annoyed him more. Refusing to listen, Shang Wang charged again, obsession dragging him forward despite exhaustion. His killing move was brushed aside casually, the power gap now laughably vast. Every technique failed, despair creeping in, yet he kept attacking like a madman. Pouring out his last spiritual power, he launched a final strike, knowing failure meant the end. A colossal explosion turned the battlefield into a flaming hellscape. Niaoren risked his life rescuing allies, hesitate now and they'd be erased. The group panicked, calling Subai their only remaining game changer. After the blast, Subai stood pristine, smirking as if the ultimate move was a firecracker. Shangwang stared at his shattered weapon, utterly baffled at his failed finisher. Seeing the spear tip in Subai's hand, he froze had been completely outclassed all along. Internal injuries erupted from forced spiritual power, his body collapsing right after the move. Unable to bear the backlash, he spat blood, classic self-destruction by stubborn pride. Jin Qiniao rushed to support him, while he despaired, thinking he'd won but actually losing spectacularly. Subai approached, pointing out that revenge made him strong and was now killing him too. Panicked, Shangwang still aimed his weapon, unable to believe Subai wanted to save him. Seeing the resistance, Subai stopped, knowing force would only worsen things. Sensing imminent cultivation deviation, he summoned his spirit beast, bracing for the inevitable. He drove Jin Qiniao away to spare it, finally accepting the price of his obsession. In despair, he confessed all his cultivation was to free his homeland, now a shattered dream. Mocked for his ideals, he flared in anger, his lone dream trampled. He burst out his true motive, rescuing imprisoned loved ones, hence the reckless resolve. Though he pushed it away, Jin Qiniao refused to leave, tearing him between life and death. He forced one last surge despite his body's warnings, unwilling to quit midway. In madness, he vowed to slaughter everyone, his reason fully devoured by hatred. Subai gave a final warning about meridians shattering, trying to yank Shangwang back from the brink. His body finally collapsed, he knelt in agony, textbook backlash from power run amok. Jin Qiniao urged him to stop, softening his heart and making him drop his stubbornness to survive. He sat down and accepted defeat, realizing further struggle meant a pointless death. Even so, resentment still simmered, obsession not fully exercised. Subai read his character and chose to help without forcing him to admit loss. He drew a calming mind art, knowing only self-overcoming could save him. Subai handed over a cultivation method with conditions, placing life and death in Shangwang's own hands. Ignoring questions, Subai left his main goal mattered more than explanations. In despair, Shangwang begged to save his family, exposing the real pain behind his crusade. Subai coldly refused, making him bear responsibility only he could save his loved ones. Hearing this, he choked up, facing a brutal truth about himself for the first time. Tears fell in helplessness as he owned his mistakes instead of blaming others. Subai admitted he valued talent, but valued temperament more. This was the real test. He left a sliver of hope, wishing Shangwang would survive the life-and-death trial and earn guidance. Time passed until a child's voice shattered the silence, cueing an unexpected twist. Shangwang realized his nephew was alive, joy exploding and wiping out despair. He hurried to confirm the situation. Family was always priority number one. The child revealed the city was already liberated, flipping his worldview upside down. He froze upon learning the mission was long accomplished, making his reckless fight meaningless. Seeing the manual, he was stunned. It charted a path to power beyond his old horizons. Replaying the battle, he realized Subai had used this very cultivation method to suppress him. Learning Subai was the true benefactor, he crumbled in regret. Had fought the savior of the world. Shangwang steadied himself, planning to recover and seek Subai, the one he truly needed to meet. Suddenly, a colossal flame monkey appeared behind him, its evil aura turning things critical instantly. No hesitation, he called Jin Qiniao to coordinate, knowing one slow beat meant death. They clashed, but Shangwang panicked, sensing this was no ordinary foe. He recognized it as Manhua, the Calamity Lord who once ruled Yangze, supposedly long dead. Elsewhere, a group entered Yangze City, bracing to face what used to be a death zone. They were wary yet hopeful, believing this trip tied to the city's liberation. Spotting strangers, they readied themselves. Yangze's reputation demanded zero carelessness. Instead, citizens appeared to welcome them, totally contradicting the expected hellscape. Lin Wangqiu confirmed no powerful monsters remained, and the group dared to believe it was safe. Still, they verified cautiously the peace felt suspiciously too perfect. Citizens revealed a hero had freed the city, overturning the group's assumptions. The shock was unreal. Whoever did that had to be leagues beyond normal level. They were led to a hero's statue, where townsfolk honored their savior. At one glance, Wangqiu recognized the familiar face. Plot twist incoming. She was horrified to find it was Subai, shattering all her prior judgments. The citizens bristled at doubt. Subai was their untouchable benefactor. Conflicting accounts left the group rattled, unsure which version of him was real. Wangqiu wrestled with the irony: the villain saved lives, the righteous harmed her. At last, she suspected Shed misunderstood Subai, a major shift in perception. Unable to bear the contradiction, she resolved to find Subai and verify the truth herself. Wangqiu set off firmly, convinced only a face-to-face meeting could untangle this knot. Back to Subai, the group entered a scorching cave thick with a normal fire spiritual key. Subai explained it was Fire Spirit Stone, revealing the area's unique power source. Taibi uncovered Shangwang's power secret, and Mingyu instantly wanted to absorb it for himself. The divine soul hiding in the banner also leached energy, knowing this jackpot wouldn't respond. The soaring heat nearly drained Fuying Yun, proving this place was way deadlier than advertised. Subai suddenly stopped them, sensing a lurking danger ahead in the shadows. A gigantic fire serpent emerged, locking onto its prey. Cue the next boss fight. Without waiting, it spewed flames at once, forcing Subai to react or get roasted alive.